Hello. The aim of this tutorial is to show how to turn a photograph into a piece of pop art. I am going to show you how to create a piece of work in the style of Roy Lichtenstein. Please note that this style of manipulation works best using portraits. However, it would also work with simple still life photographs. It will not work with detailed images such as landscapes. The first step is to open an image that you want to turn into pop art. Go to File and click Open. Alternatively, on a Mac press Command and O, or on a PC, Control and O. Then select the photographs that you wish to use and click or press Enter. Now that you have opened your image, it is important to duplicate the background layer before making any changes to the original photograph. Select the background layer by clicking on it, right-click and select Duplicate Layer. There are now two copies of the original image in the Layers bar. We will be working on the layer titled Background Copy. You can change the name to suit your needs if you want to. To change the name of a layer, double-click on the name and change it by typing a new name into the box. To create a pop art effect, we have to change the blending mode. This is simple to do. Click on the box Normal and choose the blending mode you want. In this instance, we need to select Color Dodge. The picture will come out really bright. This is normal. Next, we need to invert the image. To do this, press Command or Control I, depending on whether you are using a Mac or a PC. This will make the image even brighter, but again, this is perfectly normal. Now we need to add a Gaussian blur filter. To do this, go to Filter, down to Blur, and click on Gaussian blur. When the dialog box appears, change the radius of the pixels to around 7. The exact value will change, depending on your photograph. It is best to use the preview function so that you can see the result as you change the number of pixels. For me, the best result is with the pixels set to 8.7. As you can see, the photograph is now starting to look like a cartoon. To add an adjustment layer, go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer and click on Threshold. Then click OK or press Enter. Now, you need to change the threshold level. Drag the little arrow to approximately 234, however the value will change depending on your photograph. For me, the optimum level is 245. You can now see that the image is a sketch. Please note that in Photoshop Elements, the slider is on the right hand side under heading Adjustments, rather than as a pop-up. We now need to add a new layer. There are several ways to do this in Photoshop, but the easiest way is to click the little square with the folded corner. Name this layer Face or Faces, and change the blending mode to Multiply. You now need to choose a suitable colour for the skin by going to the colour picker. Then select the brush tool and colour in the face and any other skin, avoiding the eyes, lips and hair. You should now have something that looks a little bit like this. We are now going to create the Lichtenstein style face. To do this, go to Filter, Pixelate and click on Colour Halftone. Change the maximum radius to between 7 and 10, depending on the effect that you want. There isn't a preview function with Colour Halftone, so if you don't like it, you have to undo and try again until you find a pattern that suits you. The face will now be made up of thousands of dots, the exact result that we are looking for. We now need to add a new layer. There are several ways to do this in Photoshop, but the easiest way is to click the little square with the folded corner. Name this layer Face or Faces, and change the blending mode to Multiply. Finally, you just need to colour in the rest of your image. To do this, select the brush tool and choose the colours that you wish to use. Normally, the best things to colour in are the hair, the lips and the eyes, and clothing, which is optional. Take your time so that the final image is a result you can be pleased with. You should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. Finally, save your image with a suitable name. I really hope that you found this tutorial useful.